Hey, what's going on? My name is Kerry Sullivan with another How to Kick Ass in Sales. And today I'm going to give you guys some ninja tactics on meeting people for the first time and how to set a good impression. And I'm just going to talk all about the handshake. Yes, the handshake. So handshakes are really important. You know, a lot of first impressions come off the handshake. They've done things in terms of people being able to judge someone's physical health, their vibrancy, how fertile a woman is. All these things happen subconsciously based on the handshake, and they've done things as well as in terms of someone getting invited back for a second round of interviews as well. A lot of that is judged on the handshake, so you can mess that up. I'm going to teach you how to go in there with a solid handshake so you start off on a good footing and show that you mean business. And a lot of people don't pick this up. These are all very deep, subliminal, subconscious things that go on. So the first thing that you want to go in is you want to go in and you want to lock eyes with that person. Lock eyes dead on with them. Do not wander anywhere, everywhere. Do not look at their chin. Do not, if it's a woman, do not look at her body. Do not look at her cleavage or breast. Lock dead on in the eyes, okay? So do it like that. The next thing is that you want to make sure that your palm is dry. So if you're someone who likes to piss on your hands or spit on your hand before you go in for the handshake, don't do that before you're going in for a handshake anymore, okay? Make sure your palm is dry. If you have sweaty palms, find a way to dry it, right? On the pant leg, whatever you need to, just make sure you have a dry hand. The next thing you want to do is you want to go in for the handshake and you want to go at a neutral position. Neutral being like so. This is neutral. This is not neutral. This is palm down. This is palm up. Not neutral. Neutral right here. Like you're shooting a gun, right? So you go in there with that neutral grip, right? Go in with the neutral grip and you're going to match their strength on the grip. So a nice solid grip like so. Now, one of the things that can happen is you can go in business, this will happen a lot, and in sales, is you can go up against a big, an alpha, all right? And they're going to try to dominate the situation as much as they can. One of the things they will do, subconsciously do, is they'll turn their hand. So your hand is on the bottom. And when you're in a palms up situation, it's a subconscious thing that you are getting dominated. Okay, so your palms up like that. So if this happens, try to go back into the neutral position. And if you can't, look, and I've been in this situation where I couldn't get it up because they're pushing down pretty hard, right? If you can't get it back up into that neutral situation, take your other hand and clasp it around their hand. Okay, so it's the two-hand handshake. You're right here, you put the other hand, you'll see political figures will do this. So there's a lot of body language stuff that they do between one another, different presidents and things like that to, and it's a subconscious alpha thing that they usually don't pick up unless they're taught it. But I'm teaching you so you guys can be ninjas in sales and get that exponential growth where I'm always harping on, right? So go in there like that. The next thing is as well as I didn't describe, you want to lock this area right here, that thumb kind of curve there. You want to lock that in with their thumb curve as well. So get it in there nice and deep, and you want to lock your fingers around, right? You want to lock your fingers around the bottom of their hand, right around that pinky. And doing it like that, it's weak when you have those handshakes where it's just on the fingers, you're just gripping around the fingers. Get it all the way there. Actually, the other day I did a handshake like that. It was horrible. I messed it up, and I was just kind of gripping their fingers, and it was light and floppy because I didn't want to crush their hand. It was just a handshake like that is not a good way to start a first impression. Luckily, I knew the person, so it was okay. It was all good. But anyway, that's how you want to go through there and do that. Match their grip. Do not absolutely crush their hand, especially if they're a woman. Just match their grip. The other thing is, they call it a shake because you're doing a little shaking action, right? So 3 to 4 shakes, that's good. So in there, hey, I'm Kerry Sullivan, nice to meet you, and done, right? Just do it like that. Maintaining the eye contact the whole time. The other thing that you want to do is you want to have a good, genuine smile, right? So you don't want to give it one of these smiles where it's like this, right? It doesn't look genuine. A genuine smile is not only from the mouth, but it's also in the eyes. right? It's also in the eyes, and it's going to be it's usually characterized by an eyebrow lift, not just and a little bit of a point in the eye as well. So it's a little bit of both, right, when you're doing that. So go in there with that. Now, the way that you can do a genuine smile is you go into it, especially if you haven't met the person, you got to get in the right mental state to be able to give that genuine smile. So go into it believing that this person already likes you, and so like it's an old friend. And if you do that, it's a whole different story. So it's like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you type deal, right? So that was an example of, it might have looked a little fake to you guys, but you know, it's a decent example of how a genuine smile will look. All that right there that I just did was pretty genuine smile, right? So that's what you want to go with, not this, not that. Again, get the eyes, show some teeth, right? Show some teeth. Don't, look like Cujo or anything like that. Again, good, genuine smile, like you're going in there and you're meeting your long lost, the best friend, and you're just going to have a great meeting. That is how you do that. So those are the cues. Go in there. So have the eye contact. Go in with the neutral hand, right? Match their grip, right? If they flip you over, they're pulling alpha stuff on you, put your other hand on the back of their hand, right? On the back side of their hand. So just grasp on top of it and give a good 3 shakes looking in their hand and a good genuine smile when you're doing it. And that sets things up for a good meeting, and it also gives a great first impression. First impressions really do matter, and they're often pretty hard to break if you set a bad one. So go in like that. Oh, and make sure your palms are dry, right? So if you've been drinking something and maybe your hand's wet, or you spit on your hand before you go in there, if that's your usual thing, don't do that. So anyway, that is it. That's another how to kick ass in sales, and that is my ninja technique on how to go in there and have a good first impression, get the sale, get the deal done, and I'll see you on the next how to kick ass in sales. Bye-bye.